Hello there. In this video, I'm going to use Server Instance Start to spin up a fully configured HTTPS-enabled web server, PHP, a MariaDB database, and a WebSocket-based data relay server. Let's get started. Clicking the Deploy to DigitalOcean button starts the process of creating a droplet on DigitalOcean. For other virtual private server providers like OVH, AWS, or similar, read the relevant section of the documentation. The first step is to select the Linux distribution for the droplet. Server Instance Start works best with Ubuntu server editions, but should be compatible with most Debian-based distributions. Since this is a server, it is a good idea to choose the latest long-term support or LTS version from the distro dropdown. The next step is to select a data center for the droplet. For testing purposes, it doesn't matter where the droplet is located. For production environments, pick a data center geographically close to you or your target audience to reduce network latency. Next, scroll down to Select Additional Options and check the User Data checkbox. Copy and paste the shell script from the Instance Start repository and modify it as desired. I've set a time zone, the optional host name, the email domain, and a few web domains. I've also declared the servers I wish to install and will clone a few additional projects that may be useful for managing the server later. Under the Authentication section, select a SSH key to use. Finally, click the big Create Droplet button and away we go! DigitalOcean is now in the process of creating the VPS instance and running Cloud in it, which will, in turn, run the script that was stored in the User Data section. Now I'll grab the IP address and sign into the system with my SSH key so that I can watch the progress via PuTTY. While packages are being installed and configured, I can go over to my DNS provider and create, or in this case, update DNS records. Now that some of the DNS-related tasks are complete, all I need to do is wait for a few minutes for Instance Start to finish. Instance Start is now finished and the system automatically rebooted, which is fairly normal. Now I'll connect back into the server and perform a few post-installation tasks to set up HTTPS and DKIM. The post-install PHP script handles post-installation tasks that depend on external conditions such as manually making changes in DNS. First, I'll set up HTTPS. As we can see here, Nginx is not running on port 443, which is the standard HTTPS port. I'll use postinstall.php to get a Let's Encrypt certificate and automatically configure Nginx. The certificate was successfully obtained and will be automatically renewed. Nginx is also running on port 443. And visiting the domain in a web browser, confirms that the domain works over HTTPS, and was issued a valid certificate from Let's Encrypt. Next, I'll set up DKIM so that outbound email from the server is digitally signed. The first step is to use postinstall.php to create the DKIM signing certificate for the domain or subdomain. OpenDKIM is automatically installed and configured. I can also enter the domain for the certificate. The next step is to install the certificate in a DNS text record. And finally, verify that the DKIM signing certificate is correctly configured in DNS. At this point, the server is fully configured and ready for use, and it only took a few minutes to complete the entire process. Try Server Instance Start for your next VPS instance setup. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.